motherfuckers, hey, this is a goddamn Redneck Minute interview with a goddamn Korean War veteran. And I'm gonna tell you what, this motherfucker here knows more than everybody I know. Because he's just been there, done that, and y'all gonna talk to him, I'm gonna talk to him, everybody gonna look at him, and here he is. Hey, Wally, tell them all, hey, motherfucker.
Hey, motherfucker.
Hey, motherfucker.
Wally, tell everybody something about yourself.
Well, this is David Wiley Page. Go by the name of Wiley, W-I-L-E-Y. Born in Wilmington, North Carolina, August 22nd, 1931. I've been there and done it. I'm an old Tar Heel.
Wait, no.
And I wouldn't
Well,
tell
what?
I was back up there with you.
Well, you been there and done it? What the hell did you do? You been in the war?
Yeah, I got drafted when I was a young man, right around 20 years old, just turned 20. Yeah, went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Maxwell Air Force Base, by steam locomotive train. Carried the orders for the men that was going with me. We went up there, got processed, got sent on up to Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland. Went through my basic training, 8 weeks basic. Went through all field electric school, 10-week course. Went to leadership, 8 weeks leadership. Got out of there and got shipped to Seattle, which was Fort Lawton, which was a World War II prisoner camp. Took a general ship out of Seattle, Pier 91, out of Seattle, for straight to Yokohama, Japan, 15 days. It was 5,000 of us on board the general ship. Got off at Yokohama, went to Camp Drake, processed 2 days. Camp Drake, picked up our equipment, our M1 weapon, and headed for back down to Yokohama to get on for another general ship to head to Busan, Korea. They said you could smell Korea 50 miles offshore, and that's the honest to God's truth, because they fertilize their fields with human waste. They guys do not eat any vegetables, any
God damn, that sounds like nasty shit.
Like that, don't eat them, don't eat it. We never did. I spent a year over there in Busan working in a consolidated motor pools. And when I got ready to come back, it was right about the time they started exchanging prisoners, our end for their end, man to man. We caught the train with the second load of prisoners going back to Panmunjom.
What year was that?
Steam locomotive.
What year was that?
1953.
1953.
What year?
Yeah, that's it, 1953.
Right, that would have been 1953. We went back to Incheon and got processed to get on board a general ship at Incheon. At that time, the tide up there at Incheon fell 20, 25 feet. Down at Busan, it only varied about 3 to 4 feet. So we had to get on an LST, go out to the ship, who was on anchor, and go up the side of the ship to get on board. It took us 16 days, Incheon, Korea, non-stop to San Francisco, California.
How did the fucking military treat you? You're right.
So what'd you do? What'd you do when you got to California?
Wait a minute, Big D. How did the military treat him with his advancement and his rank and his pay?
I had a friend who was in the National Guard, who was in the Second World War. They used to come down and trade at this pure oil service station where I worked when I was going to high school in Montgomery, Alabama. Emmett Huck was a Second World War veteran. He was a sergeant. He was in supply during the Second World War. He used to come down and buy gas for that big old Indian motorcycle he had down there. So he asked me one day when he come down, he said, "Why don't you get in the National Guard?" I got to think about it. I said, "Well, it gives you a little extra money, you know, if you attend guard duty, you know." And so I went ahead and got in, but I had already got my notice to go up and take a physical out at Maxwell Air Force Base. I had already got my notice to take a physical, and so I went down and tried to get in the Navy, and they wouldn't take me because I done got my notice for taking a physical. So anyway, I went in the National Guard in January of '51, and then got orders for induction the latter part of '51. So I had to go into service. I got drafted in October of '51. 12th day of October '51, and I had made corporal in the National Guard. So my officer there at the National Guard called to draft the people over at Maxwell Air Force Base to see about giving me a stripe, you know, because I'd had experience. Went through it, already had all that training in the National Guard, but they gave me an E2. Okay, so when I went in as an E2, I was handed the orders to carry with me to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, at Columbia, South Carolina, to turn them in whenever I got there. So anyway, when I got there, they wanted me to go to school, take my basic up at Aberdeen in the ordnance, and then when I got up there, I was told that if I went to leadership, that they will give us our PFC strike. Well, that's about a week before we got out of our leadership training. They told us that everything was froze. We wouldn't be able to get a strike. So I stayed in B2. By the time I went in, I got to Korea and got in a parts room over there in Busan. And just a few months before I got out, I got a PFC strike. So you know what I feel about. You know how I feel about the military.
It's Grudy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to tell us how you feel about the military. You got 2 minutes.
Keep talking quick.
Yeah.
No, tell us about the current military.
Tell us about the current. Lisa said tell about the current military. What's going on now? What do you think about what's going on now?
Well, we still got men in Korea, which we don't need over there. Still got them over there. We don't need them. Bring them guys back and put them down here on the border.
That sounds like
Border of Texas.
Down there on the Rio Grande, 10 feet right now. Yeah, I wish I was back up there in the state of Carolina with y'all.
You bring your ass on up here, Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Hey, we're getting snow right now. It's snowing, and we drinking goddamn past Blue Ribbon. Hey, motherfuckers, I'm gonna tell you what. That's Hellbilly's daddy that we just done this minute on. And it don't get no better than that. It just don't get no better than that. That's as true fucking facts as you can get from way back when. And I'm gonna tell you what. Anybody says anything bad about that motherfucker, they got to deal with me. Because I love him. Hellbilly.
And me too.
Put him on there, Lisa. Hellbilly, there it is, motherfucker. I love your daddy. He's as true as they get. Tell them bye, Lisa.